not Christmas time. Oh, that's right. We're back. It's the bonus podcast, sponsored by the lovely people of Steel. It's the Skinny Jean Gardener podcast, baby. Hit the intro. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Skinny Jean Gardener podcast. We've got a bonus, baby, and we are back. I am so excited to be back. We have had a few little teething problems, because that's at the start. We've been going a whole year now. Should be no teething problems. You may have heard last week, I accidentally put out a sort of emergency broadcast sort of thing. Some of you heard it. Thank you very much for you guys that contacted me. Yes, I'm sort of bringing you into the blame a little bit. We accidentally put out an emergency broadcast and not the bonus podcast. But doesn't matter. We're back. It's Monday. It's 6 a.m. if you're listening live. I don't know how many of you listen at 6 a.m. Can you just tell people you don't have to listen at 6 a.m. It is fine. You can listen whenever you want. Bonus podcast time, people. We record straight through 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Don't think we've got any longer than that at the moment, but we've got lots to talk about. We've had 2 weeks away from the bonus podcast. I hope you're enjoying the bonus podcast. This is a little bit where we sit and chat about what's going on. So it doesn't feel the main podcast. This is like a sister podcast, a week early. It's quite hard to explain, but we're a week ahead of ourselves. No, that's the worst way to explain it. But mainly so I can empty my brain onto a podcast. It doesn't usually take long, so don't panic yourself. Coming up today, we've got the winners, finally, of the BBC Gardeners World Live tickets. We explain what's going on with the YouTube channel. We've got another ticket giveaway, which I'm very excited about for you guys. We've gone like a year without having many giveaways at all on the podcast. To like smashing it at the moment. Got too many giveaways. Just for you. Who gives you extra? Who? That is the Skinny Jean Gardener. He gives you extra every Monday on the podcast. So we've got that coming up. I'll also talk about what's going on in the garden and lots of other stuff. We'll see where it goes. We'll see where this takes us, shall we? Let's see how it goes. How are you getting on anyway? Look, we had the snow, didn't we? And we got luckily rid of that. I sort of miss it a little bit now. We moaned about it for a while, didn't we? But now I'm looking out onto the garden. It's looking normal, isn't it? But now I've got no excuse now. I've got to get out there, got to get involved in it. We had a lot of snow. I reckon about 20 odd centimetres of snow. It's pretty deep, weren't it? Me and I have had a great time. We made some snowmen, which was a lot of fun. My favourite scarf ended up around the snowman's neck. I don't know how that happened. I wasn't here for that part. And obviously I got stuck in London. That happens. That sort of thing happens. Now we say goodbye to snow, and I think it's time to get out there. I need to actually get my hands dirty. If you've watched the videos on YouTube, and by the way, hello to everybody on YouTube that's watching this. I know that not everybody watches the bonus podcast or listens to the bonus podcast through a podcast app like Apple Podcasts or any other app podcast stores. We're on quite a few, actually. I should probably mention the other ones we're on, but off the top of my head, can't remember. We're on Stitcher, iTunes Radio or something like that. There's a few. If you've got any other podcast apps that you listen to the podcast through, let me know. Get in contact, lee@skinnyjeangardener.co.uk. Oh, I can also tell you about Garden 7 later on. I'll mention that to you in a minute. But at the moment, we're recording this on YouTube as well, because I've got a few emails saying I don't really listen to podcasts. Okay, fine. I can't put the main podcast on YouTube, but I can put the bonus one to you, because we record straight through chatting to you, so not much editing, which always helps, and also, like I say, empties the brain onto the podcast. Now, right, let's get this out of the way before we continue. Not out of the way, you guys, the winners of the podcast BBC Gardeners World tickets coming up right now. So we've got 5 people that have won the tickets, a pair of tickets each. We've got Jonathan Hatch, thank you very much. We've got Sue Coops, you've won. Joe Harrison, you've won. Sasha Ivanova, you have won. And Hannah Negus, you have won as well. I'll get in contact with you guys on the old email, the old school email. and I'll get them tickets out to you for BBC Gardeners World Live, which is coming up. Now let's just quickly talk about BBC Gardeners World Live real quick. I haven't been able to talk about it much. I think it's all confirmed now. I'm not going to go into exactly who's going to be on the stage because they might have to scrap some people. I don't know what goes on there, but they might not. I don't want to totally confirm anything until I've seen it on the website. But we've got a brand new stage which I am hosting. I think I called myself a younger, better looking Matt Biggs, but we all know how good looking Mr. Matt Biggs is, so maybe just a little bit younger, just a little bit. If you know me, and if you know this podcast, by the way, the bonus podcast, you know I jump around everywhere. If you know me, I've just turned the ripe old age of 30, which, yeah, let's not talk about it too much, but unfortunately in my bios I can no longer call myself a 20-something. I mean, although if I never told you that, sure, you can, bring all the you look 40 jokes straight to another email address, send it to the Sod Show, it'll be fine with it. So yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, so I'm a better looking younger version of Matt Biggs on the stage at Gardeners World Live. We have been, me and Matt, for the last few years, been on another stage, a Grow Your Own stage. Now that's been split up to two different sections. Matt's doing a stage and I've got a stage going on. Let's talk about my stage though, because Matt can talk about his another time. I've got Matt on the podcast very soon for the podcast birthday, which is coming up in a few weeks' time. Talk about that at the end of the show. Told you we've got a lot to get through. At BBC Gardeners World Live, we are doing the Gardeners Unplugged stage, which is new gardeners to the social medias, to media as a whole, coming on. YouTubers, podcasters, bloggers, all coming on stage. I've got someone very exciting who I'm going to be on the Facebook Live show. As you know, I do a Facebook Live show every month. We've got one coming up on the 23rd of March. But at BBC Gardeners World Live, and a couple of other shows which I'll talk about later on in some other podcasts, we are doing a live programme every day. Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday at 1 p.m. The Skinny Jean Gardener Show live from BBC Gardeners World Live. We will be doing that with different guests. There's a lot going on there. I'm very excited about that little show. And also we've got a whole host, like I say, probably not in this podcast, about next bonus podcast, I'll talk about who's going to be on stage as well on that Gardeners Unplugged stage. But it's awesome to have there. It's going to bring new talent. It's going to bring new stuff to people at the show. And we're going to make it as social media frenzy as possible. Getting it out there. Getting videos, content on the podcast, blogs. It's all going to happen there. You can talk to people who are on stage. Talk to them about how to get into blogging, how to get into YouTubing. It's going to be all about the social medias coming together and you guys can get involved. So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to be hosting that stage throughout that weekend. So, if you're going to be there, give me a shout. Those people who have won the competition, thank you very much. You guys, I think you can come to any single day, but I will check that. Oh, and if you've got kids, it's free over the weekend. It's free, Saturday, Sunday. Better check that, but I'm pretty sure it's free. I'm going to put it in. It's free over that weekend. So if you've got kids, bring them along. It'll be great to see them. I've got some great stuff coming up. Although, just thinking I won't be able to bring me... actually, on the Thursday, if you're about on the Thursday, I'm on the main stage doing some Skinny Jean Gardener fun. I was about to say, I'm not going to be able to do me show, but I will. I will be able to do my show on the Thursday. That'll be the main one. So check that out on the Thursday if you're about. It's a school session. I think it's about 11:30. I'll be there on the main stage, jumping around, having a lot of fun. You can get involved if you're about as well. So that's BBC Gardeners World Live. Congratulations to everyone that won, them 5 people. If I can get some more tickets to give to you guys, you podcast debts or E's or whatever we call you, then I will try and get some more tickets for you to win. But thank you very much for sharing that and getting involved in that little competition. That's BBC Gardeners World Live. Coming up, we'll talk about that more closer to the time. So, I was talking about getting out in the garden, weren't I? Which I'll go back to. Because it's been, I don't know, you know that, I don't know what it is, like when you get a bit down, like, is it called sad or something when you're not out in the garden? I'm sad at the moment because I'm not out in the garden. I think I've got a bit of that. I think I need to get out there. I think over Christmas, and especially now I'm doing this new thing where I'm always creating content, trying to create some awesome stuff for you guys at home. And you know, I've gone full-time Skinny Jean Gardener, which you might have been able to read in a recent blog post. I've not been out there. I've not got my hands messy. I need to get out there, get involved in it. I'm missing it. And actually today is one day where it's quite warm out there. I might just tinker about or get rid of the cat's poo that is on the allotment at the moment, because that is not ideal, is it? Yeah, I think I might. That is not a job really you want to do, but I'm gonna have to get it done tonight. I have to get it done. So yeah, I just want to get out there now. I just want to get involved. I've started sowing some stuff and keeping all my seeds warm. I want to get them chilies going. This feels like a long winter. I feel like I've had a long winter, guys. I feel like it's been a long winter. Winter is coming, and winter doesn't seem like it's left us. Let's be honest. After that snow we had. So if you've got involved, I know a lot of people. I've seen a lot on the social media. You've been getting involved in your gardens, and I just want to get out there now and get involved in it. So I'm definitely now, once a week, going to be getting out there, getting my hands dirty. Because this whole world of social media, podcasting, YouTube's doing me nutty, innit? It's doing me nuts. I enjoy it. I enjoy putting out content and creating content and working with brands and the shows. And, you know, once I start getting amongst it, going around the shows and stuff, my first show is coming up in an Ideal Home show in a few weeks' time. I'll talk about it in a minute. But once I start doing that, and yeah, cool, I'll be a lot happier. But right now, I'm stuck in this white box of a studio. I call it studio. It's actually slowly turning to be quite a nice little studio. I had a little day of sorting it out and creating a better space, which hopefully I've done. But yeah, when you're in this white box 5 days a week, you start, you start recording songs and putting them on YouTube and becoming a hip hop legend. Said no one ever. So I said I was going to go start my tour. Finally, the tour's going to start at the end of this month, at the end of March, at Ideal Home Show, which Ideal Home Show is a long old show. I didn't realise how long it was. 17th of March it starts, which, it's this week actually, isn't it? 17th of March the Ideal Home Show starts, and I've got 2 tickets for you, just you podcast fans. If you know YouTube like it's a friend or something, it's not a friend, it's an evil cousin. If you know YouTube then, and you've subscribed to the channel, thank you very much for subscribing. I've explained what's going on over there, and on that YouTube video from last Wednesday, I've got 6 tickets to give away on there. If you want to win, just for you podcast fans, I've only got 2 tickets at the moment for you guys, but we can get some more, we'll see how we go. But if you've got 2 tickets for the Ideal Home Show, then you've got a week from now, Monday until next Monday, even though it does start this weekend, I'm going to give it a week from now until next Monday. I'm going to put a tweet up talking about this bonus podcast. All you have to do, give it a retweet or give it a retweet quote. Say, wow, this is an amazing podcast. Give it a little listen. And you will be entered into the competition. Then next Monday's podcast, I will announce the 2 winners, or maybe just the 1 winner. I'm not sure. Depends. Now, 2 winners. You've got to pay for 1 ticket, surely. Let's just have 1 winner. Because you're not going to go on your own, really, are you? I don't like competitions which, like, say, whatever, I'm going to get more tickets. Right, this is how the bonus podcast goes, by the way. We just think on our feet. 2 of you are going to win 2 tickets each, just by sharing the podcast, giving it a shout out. That's all you have to do. And, if you want to give it a little review, whatever, you can do if you like. Because I don't like competitions where, you can win 1 ticket and you can either go on your own or buy a ticket. That's not really winning a competition. That's like forcing me to go. So, let's say you're going to win 2 tickets for you and your friend, or you and your mum, to come along. Now, I'm not going to tell you when you've got to go, but I'm going to be there 29th, 30th, 31st, 1st and the 2nd of April. Ending on a high. Ideal Home Show ending on a high with the Skinny Jean Gardener for 5 whole days. Fancy it? Fancy it? Come and see me. Come and say hello. Now, what am I going to be doing there? Well, I'm going to be doing the tour show. So I'm going to be doing the Sow, Grow and Create show where we get the family involved. Kids come up, we play games. If you've seen the Skinny Jean Gardener show before, it's a lot of fun. We're getting everyone involved, learn about growing, and there's a lot of fun and games involved. So if you want to come to that is on the Friday. And also I'm doing a show called Creating or Designing the Ultimate Family Garden, which is going to be a lot of fun and just showing you like the little hints and tips from the Skinny Jean Gardener of how you can create the ultimate family garden. So that's on the 30th. But on the 29th, the 31st, the 1st and the 2nd, I'm in something called the Renovation Hub. Now this is something you can come and get. You can actually book me. You can book the Skinny... Yeah, I know. You can book the Skinny Jean Gardener, a one-on-one for 30 whole minutes. Me and you talking about your garden, coming up with some ideas, coming up with some plans. If you head over to the Ideal Home Show website, you can book me right there for Thursday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday. Enjoy your bank holiday with a little cup of tea with me talking about gardens. When I told Sam about this, she was, she wouldn't even book me. But you can, which is amazing. I want to spend my bank holiday weekend with you. Fancy it? No? Yes? Yes, of course you do. Of course you wanna. So I'll be at Ideal Home Show. Come check out. But you don't have to come then. You can come whenever you want from the date that I send the tickets. But it's probably going to be the latter part of the show by the time I get these tickets out to you. But I'll be quick as I can. So next Monday, I'll announce the winners. The tickets will be flying out to you, ready for you to visit, hopefully by the weekend after, if you fancy it. So, that is the Ideal Home Show, what's going on there. And enjoy that if you wish. What was I going to talk about? Garden 7. You may have seen Garden 7 about on the old Twitter. This is something I'm creating, not for this year necessarily, but for next year. It's like, what they call like an Avengers sort of situation, which explodes it a little bit too far, but I am coming up with a team of gardeners which are experts in blogging, YouTubing and podcasting. We're going to come together to create a team of gardeners which will bring out amazing content on the Skinny Jean Gardener Network. It's a slow progressing thing. It's something I thought of recently, but it's bringing people together, collaborating as a team to be able to bring some awesome stuff out for you. So Garden 7, that's coming very soon. If you want to hit up Twitter, want to follow that, just give it a little tweet, Garden 7 Official, and you'll be able to find out more as it comes. I am setting up a website very slowly, and very slowly. There's a lot of stuff there's stuff above Garden 7 at the moment, but Garden 7 is going to be something 2019, which is going to be very exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Putting the Avenger team together as we speak. So that is going on right there. Oh, what else is going on? The garden, like I said, it needs a go. I need to have a go at it, and I want to get growing, man. I want to get growing. I know it's too early. I can't sit there and say, get sowing some stuff. I want to sow me carrots. I want to sow stuff like that, but I'm just thinking it's too early at the moment. I don't want to peak still. You still don't want to peak. But you can start sowing stuff inside. You can start sowing your cheese. You can start sowing your tomatoes. Get them on the go now. If you can, get them somewhere nice and warm, above a radiator, something like that if you're growing inside, if you're allowed. I've not brought my stuff inside at the moment. I don't know if Sam doesn't really enjoy these pots and that sitting inside. It's alright when they're all in the pot and shed, and I've got a lot of light coming into there, but it's not warm enough in there at the moment. So yeah, if you can get a few bits on the go, awesome. Get it involved. Someone asked me the other day about plug plants. Actually, I think it was John Gay, but someone else again asked me about it. Is plug plants a good thing to buy? It's a lot easier, and I'm not going to say don't do it, because it's definitely a good idea. It's quick, it's easy, they come, you don't have to grow from seed, you don't have to do the whole radiator, above the radiator, keep it somewhere warm in the house, you can get rid of all that. It's a little bit more expensive, is the only negative, but I'd never say, if you want to get into gardening, or if you're already in gardening, and you want to try and grow some other stuff, plug plants are the easiest way, and this isn't like an advertisement for anyone. In fact, I'm not really sure many plug plant places. Actually, I know one, but I won't mention them. But you can, they're easy to find. Plug plants, if you want to go and grab your plug plants, then do so at the end of the month, or just order them and they just get delivered. It's quite clever nowadays, isn't it? It's quite clever. If you're growing from seed, like I say, you know from that one seed exactly what temperature it's been, how it's been looked after, and you can take care of it. It's a bit more involved growing from seed, and I think it's this sounds cringe. It's like a bit more heart put in. That doesn't even make sense. More hearty. That is the worst. I don't even know what I'm saying there. But it's more. Oh no, I'm gonna trip up my words here. There's more involved in it. There's more care, effort put into it. At the end of the day, once you get them chilies grown, boom, boom, boom. With plug plants, yeah, they've done the hard work. You've chucked it in, then you've looked after it from there, which is also an achievement. I'm not saying it's not, because to keep them plug plants alive is also care and effort. But just looking from the tiniest of seeds, especially for Olive. Say, Olive, look at this tiny seed. I say, you wait. She don't care at the moment. She's like, just chuck it in. Now what? Just, darling, just wait a few months and we'll get some lovely chilies on the go. You know, it's not. She just walks off and talks about princesses or something. She's not interested in the seed part as yet. She's alright with the plants, but yeah, it's something from that little seed that just makes it a little bit more magic. But yeah, plug plants, definitely, if you want to get involved in plug plants, do. And let me know what you're doing about growing. Are you growing from seed? Are you growing from plug plant? Are you growing from actual plant? Which again, I'm not against. If you want to get involved in gardening, you want to just have a whole plant, it's ready to go for you and produces, you can still garden, you're still getting your hands messy, aren't you? Still getting involved in it. And I always say to people, start small. If you're just starting out, I'm not doing a whole show here. If you're starting out, maybe pick 5 different packs of seed to start growing from seed with. And then the rest, if you do want to grow some other stuff, buy them from plants. First year, look after those 5 packs of seeds. Year after, double it. 10 packs of seed, only if you've got to master it. You ain't got to master it, but it always helps. Double it, or add an extra couple packs of seed. Just slowly progress up. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense or not. But you don't want to, and this is what I did, you don't want to pick about 20, 30 packs of seed and start growing everything in one go. Boom! And it's just overwhelming. You're going to fail in loads of stuff. It's going to be pointless. Master the 5. Move on. Double it the next year. But yeah, buy plants by all means. Get them involved. I think you can, can't you? Carrots. You can actually buy carrots in like plant form and then bury them in. It's up to you. If you're not gardening this year, well then I've not really done my job for starters. But if you have just started gardening, get involved. Give me a little tweet. Give me a little message, and I'll help you as much as I can through this. What is going on here? A helicopter's flying over. You obviously can't see it either on the YouTube or on the podcast, but there's a helicopter. Must be my ride out of here. That means that it's coming to the end of this podcast. If the helicopter's coming down, sure. I've got loads more to talk about. Oh man. Well, we'll talk about it more next week. I hope you enjoyed last week's podcast, the Monty's dog Nigel podcast. I went to the secret location to go and meet him for that. But if you've not listened yet, go head back. Or if you're watching on YouTube, head back. and go and listen to the Monty's Dog, Nigel podcast. A lot of fun. This week's podcast is with Mr. Rob Smith. I've known Rob for a while now, a few years. We were on the stage together last year at BBC Cars World Live, actually. And he's on the podcast this week. I saw him at the Garden Press event. I said, Rob, do you mind if we just have a little chat? He said, yeah, cool, no worries. We chatted how he got onto Big Allotment Challenge, which actually I'll talk a little bit more about that next bonus podcast. How he got on the bonus podcast? He didn't. How he got on Big Allotment Challenge, how he got into gardening, and the future for Rob Smith, what's going on, and what we should be looking out for. We had a little chat about heritage seeds as well. So if you want to find out a bit more about them, then listen to this week's podcast, Friday at 6 a.m. I think that's everything. Wow, we have chatted for a while today, haven't we? And I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. I hope you enjoy the bonus podcast. Remember the Ideal Home Show tickets. I shall see you on Friday. Much love. Good. Bye. And that is exactly how the bonus podcast goes every Monday at 6 a.m. Like I say, if you want to listen to the main podcast, look out for a Friday at 6 a.m. Don't we have to say, it's always at 6 a.m. But you can listen at any time throughout the weekend. Give it a share, give it a thumbs up if you're enjoying these little bonus podcasts on here. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. And your support, overwhelming. Much love. I'll speak to you soon.